Welcome to Applying the Bible. I'm Crystal Craven. I write songs and devotionals rooted in God's Word to draw hearts into deeper intimacy with Jesus. And today we are continuing our devotional journey through the book of Joshua. All right, we are in Joshua chapter 4 today, verses 1 through 3, and it says, "When the nation had finished passing over the Jordan, the Lord said to Joshua, 'Take 12 men from the people, from each tribe a man, and command them, saying, Take 12 stones from here, out of the midst of the Jordan, from the very place where the priest's feet stood firmly, and bring them over with you, and lay them down in the place where you lodge tonight.'" All right, well, God could have given Joshua a full step-by-step plan before the people ever crossed the Jordan River, but he didn't. Instead, God gave them just this overall mission and vision to lead his people into the land that he was going to give them to inherit. And along the way, he gave instructions one step at a time. Now, notice here, it was only after the entire nation had crossed over the Jordan that God instructed that 12 men would go back and take 12 stones from the riverbed to set up a memorial. And had God revealed all of his plans in advance, they really could have collected stones along the way, but that was not God's will. Obedience here was meant to unfold one step at a time. Now, it may have been tempting, for Joshua or even the men that were chosen to go back to feel frustrated about having to backtrack. Yet frustration rooted in essence saying, I would have done this differently, that can quickly turn into sin for us, specifically because it's pride. When we believe that our way would have been more efficient or more sensible, we are in essence subtly placing ourselves above God's wisdom. But we know that his ways and his thoughts are so much higher than our own, and he is trustworthy in his sovereignty. Now, there is really no benefit in getting upset about steps that have already been taken because you can't change them. And there is no peace in worrying about steps ahead of us because we can't control them. And God really, time and time again, he calls us to trust and obey him in the step that we are currently standing in. And very rarely does God give us a full picture at once. And that's not because he's withholding good things from us, but it's because he's forming an unwavering trust in us, and that requires doing things step by step. Now, faith grows when we obey without needing to see the whole path. And each step of obedience is preparing us for the next one. The question really isn't whether we understand the process, but whether we trust the one who's leading us in it. God's timing, his sequence, and his direction, they're all intentional. And even when they require revisiting places that maybe we thought we were finished with, there's a purpose, and it's good. So I encourage you, trust God where you are and just take the step that he's given you for today. Now, as we close out, I want to share a song to encourage you in this idea of being forward focused, but being present and not letting the past get to you. Because remember, we did mention that there is no benefit in getting upset about steps that we've already taken in the past. We cannot control them. But where we are going does matter, right? And we want to follow God in obedience into our future. So here is the song, "Where Are You Going?"
Why get stuck in the past of life, living in the shame and strife? Nothing can be changed or undone. Time goes on with the rising and setting sun, but where you're going is still yet to be. So let your past simply be history. slur, you'll fall. Things are not in your control, but the God who can make you whole can work all things for your good, and in Him you are understood. It's not about where you've been if you repented of your sin now. It's Christ you're living in. It's about where you're going. So where are you going? And don't get stuck in the lies of the devil. Never moving in glory to the next level. It's not about where you've been. It's whether you're walking free in Him. It's not about where you've been if you've repented of your sin now. It's Christ you're living in. It's about where you're going. It's not about where you've been if you've repented of your sin now. It's Christ you're living in. It's about where you're going. So where are you going? So where are you going? If you want to hear well done in the end, are you willing to be used and sent to follow wherever God leads you and do whatever He calls you to? For this life will soon be past. Only what's done for Christ will last. It's not about where you've been if you've repented of your sin now. It's Christ you're living in. It's about where you're going. It's not about where you've been if you've repented of your sin now. It's Christ you're living in. It's about where you're going. So where are you going? So where are you going? It's not about where you've been. It's whether you're walking free in Him. So where are you going?
For written devotionals, blogs, and more originally written songs like the one you just heard, visit crystalcravenmusic.com, and that's Crystal with a K and Craven with a C. But you can also find my music, this song, Where Are You Going, and all the rest of my music catalog wherever you stream music from.